So taking just a few more breaths in your child's pose. And with helping hands, slowly bring yourself toward a kneeling position. Now, if you're able to hold here for about 5 minutes, we're going to be working in the neck right now, then you could feel free to stay. If you know you're going to get uncomfortable, then just slowly release the posture and then coming into a comfortable seated position. If you need props underneath the knees or your hips, you can get that. So we're just going to get into the area of the neck. It's usually an area that we don't focus on enough. So when you're ready, you're going to allow the palms to face down on the knees and then just take this time to close your eyes. Start by really finding your sit bones on the mat. Doing your best to align your shoulders on top of the hips and finding length in through the spinal cord. We're going to gently start by taking the right ear to the right shoulder. And without forcing the posture, just allow the head to rest in that angle. And allow gravity to do the work. Becoming aware if you're gripping the area of your teeth, try to soften it. Doing your best to just relax those shoulders. Really finding that Buddha belly, so you're not engaging through the core in any kind of way. As the head stays on the right side, just gently start to nod your head up and down. And then gently shake your head from side to side. The next time the tip of the nose comes toward the area of the armpit, still on the right side, hold there. And whenever those thoughts come into play, it's not about turning off your brain. Your brain has its own functions. Instead, you're just acknowledging those thoughts, paying attention to them, and then just bring yourself right back into the stretch. Can you breathe a little bit longer? Okay, 2 more breaths here. And gently allow your head to roll forward. So your head is just gently surrendering toward the front of the chest. Paying attention to your alignment, so still try to keep your shoulders down and back, your chest stays up and lifted. And taking those full body breaths in and out of the nose. Good work. Let's bring the head up towards center. You could blink the eyes open if you'd like, just for a moment. Roll the shoulders forward and up. Inhale. Back and down. Good. 2 more times. Okay, when you feel good, Close the eyes again. We just got one more side, and then we'll start to speed up our practice. Start by just kind of bobbing your head right to left to right. Lick the lips. Swallow the excess saliva in the mouth. And then allow the lips to gently part. Okay, when you find your neutral, now allow your left ear to come toward the left shoulder. And then you're coming into your hold. You're welcome to scan your body here. Try to release any kind of tension, not only in the muscles of your face, the forehead and jaw, but in the area below the chest. So if you're engaging your core or if you're squeezing your glutes, try to relax those areas. And then slowly start to introduce that gentle head nod. Again, still favoring the left side. You could do a half range of motion if there's any new or existing pain. But as you gain more flexibility, you're going to increase the length of movement. So then as the tip of the nose comes toward that left shoulder, then just hold there. Again, softening your belly, shoulders are still aligned to the hips. Only 2 more breaths here. And then finishing by rolling that chin down toward the center of the chest. Just allow your head to hang forward. You're welcome to breathe Ujjayi right into the back of the throat, finding a little bit more length through the cervical spine. And slowly, as you blink the eyes open, bring your head up to center. One shoulder roll forward and up. Inhale. Out of the mouth, back and down. Good. Planting your palms behind you. Step the feet forward, about mat's width, and then just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Just try to shake out that circulation. Bring aliveness back into the body. And we're going to build up toward a longer hold for a warrior 2. However, we're going to do a little bit different today. So you're going to turn to the right or left side of your mat, wherever the laptop or phone is facing, so you can still see me. And you're going to widen your stance. Okay, as I'm doing, try to repeat. So you're planting the palms and you're just rocking the body forward a little bit just to open up those legs a little more. And then grab the glutes, walk the muscle flesh back. So you're right on your sit bones. Okay? And then from here, turn your body to the right. Easy set, hip hinge, coming into a semi-forward fold. So feet are flexed on this today. And we don't want to be rounding the back. Okay, when we start to round the back, you're getting into the fascial plane and flexibility of your spine, but we're focusing specific on the legs and the back of the glutes. So try to keep a flat spine as you hinge forward. Wherever that may be, maybe you're down on the forearms, maybe your head is already down on the mat. But keep your eye line around the shin area. Okay, Okay, and we're here for 2 breaths. Taking that right elbow on the inside of the right leg now, and then turn your body open. Reaching the left fingertips directly up to the ceiling. If there's any injuries in your neck, stay facing forward. If you're okay, you could take the eyes to look past your left fingertips. And play around with it. If you want to do anything funky or fun or finding a little bit more of a deeper stretch, then feel free to take those modifications. This is your practice. Okay, just 2 more breaths here. And just as you started, we're going to come back into that position. Right arm on the outside of the right leg. With helping hands, come up, but stay facing the right leg and take 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, you're breathing. 4, good, 5. Slight twists from side to side with the upper body, and we're just going to switch sides. Take your body, face the left leg, hip hinge, and both sides might be different. Maybe this side's a little tighter, and that's okay. But try not to force yourself into a certain position, especially if it's not there. So again, just take your eye line to look toward the shin. And usually, if there is a side that's a bit tighter, if time permits for you, you could press pause right now and set a timer. Hold your tighter side for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes longer. Okay, but wherever you are, you've got 2 more breaths. Left arm on the inside of that left leg. We're going to open up that right arm toward the ceiling, wherever the eye line is best, so you're comfortable, but then also so you're challenging yourself with a stretch. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Good, 1 more count. And just as you came in, slowly bring yourself out. And again, you're coming into those 5 pulses. Straight back. 1, 2, 3. Good, last one. And then slight twists from side to side with your body. Take the fingertips underneath your kneecaps. With helping hands, bring the legs together. Gently coming back toward the plane of your mat so you can come into a downward dog. Ensuring that those palms are directly under the shoulders. All 10 of your fingers are nice and wide. And then slowly finding your set, walking out your feet and shaking out your head. Just to add the last little bit to that final stretch that we did in the legs. Walk the big toes together to touch, and then inhale your right leg up. Now, instead of stacking the hips today, you're going to keep your hips square. So flex the right foot. Keep that right kneecap internally rotated. It'll help to depict or decide the direction of the hip. And then push the mat away from you. Take about 2 more breaths here as you just breathe into the stretch. Stepping the right foot onto the outside of the mat, beside the right palm. You're going to keep that back knee lifted if you're able to. And you'll just take a moment here and come into more of an active set twist. So left palm is directly underneath that left shoulder. Right fingers are reaching up or toward the area that you're looking at where the top of the mat is. And then just slowly twist the head to take the eyes to look up. Take about one more breath here. And come back into a downward dog. So right palm plants down. Take your time to set it up. Walk out the feet. Shake out the head. And then take those big toes together to touch. Inhale your left leg now up toward the ceiling. Find your alignment, so flex your foot. Nice basic instructions. Squeeze your left glute to take the leg higher, all while pushing the mat away from you so you find length through the arms, strength through your back, but then a stretch through the front plane of your body. You're here for just 2 more breaths. Soften your toes. You're not gripping them onto the mat. And then stepping that left foot onto the outside of the mat, beside the left palm. Right palm is planted down. Try not to drop the hips too much. Keep them the same height as the knee. And then slowly start to come into a twist set here. Squeezing the back area of your body and then reaching the left arm up. Whether you are here or your fingertips are reaching toward the top of the mat, bring your neck into a position where you're able to hold for about 2 more breaths. Okay, we're coming into our warrior 2 next, but we're just prepping the body. Good job. Slowly release that palm down, downward dog. Bring yourself back. Walk the feet and shake the head. From here, you're going to tiptoe the feet into the middle of the mat and then walk the palms to the middle of the mat. So you're in a hips width forward fold. Palms to the shins, flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Good. Slowly pivot the body so you're now on the length of the mat, just like we were in that previous stretch. And then heel toe the feet a little bit more than hips width. And then come into a squat set for a moment. Opening up through those inner thighs. Maybe even press the palms into the thighs to get a little bit more of a supportive stretch. And then just stand from here and we're going to set up our warrior 2. So you're going to take the right toes toward the back end of the mat. You have the right heel to back left arch alignment. And then you're bending through the right knee. Slowly bring the arms up, coming to a warrior 2. Deepen your stance and just hold length through your spine. Soften through the toes. Keep holding here and keep breathing. There's nothing else to do. Reverse your warrior for a breath. Slowly bring yourself back into warrior 2. Final 2 breaths. Go deeper. Maybe wiggle the toes out. You want to make sure that shin is parallel toward that side of the wall that you're looking at. And notice if your arms are getting lazy and they're dropping. Bring them right back up toward shoulder height. Good. Slowly straighten out through that right leg and release the arms. Switch sides. Left toes reaching toward the top of the mat. Let me see if I could get it this time. Left heel to back right arch alignment. And then from there, bending through the left knee, tuck the tailbone, slight engagement through your core, and you might feel even that right glute activate a little bit. Finding that focus line, and then find that height through your body. Taking a couple more breaths here, try to soften through your toes. Keep breathing in and out of the nose. This is the last pose before we get into a child's resting pose. So just hang in there, whatever it is that's happening. If it's not physically, maybe it's emotionally or mentally, remaining present in your practice. Okay, reverse your warrior. And then come back for 2 more breaths. See if you could find a little bit more depth. Beautiful. This time as we release, we're going to cartwheel the palms down on the side that your knee is bent. Come into a high plank and directly into your child's pose. You're welcome to take a quick vinyasa flush if you need it. And then when you're ready to touch down and rest, you're here for a few breaths. And then getting into your next add-on.